Hello ladies and gentlemen, my video will be about the upcoming full moon, which will take place according to the sidereal astrology on 15th of November. I have two reasons to do this video. Normally I don't inform you about every full moon unless the full moon is special. First of all, according to the sidereal astrology, literally the way planets are organized on the sky, the moon is in the 29th degree of Aries and the sun is in the 29 degrees of Libra. So this is the placement of the full moon. Many people who follow modern tropical astrology are waiting for the moment to see moon in Taurus, the full moon in Taurus, but this is not now. This is taking place, according to sidereal astrology, this is not now. This is taking place next month. I tell you this so that you can benefit from the date, because some people like to make rituals for money, for prosperity, for abundance, also for love, but this is not this month. If you want really to have very benevolent timing, better to use the moment when really the full moon is taking place in Taurus. So this is just idea I wanted to share with you. This was my first reason to make this video, just to clarify. My second reason is I was a little bit surprised by the degree, because the degree is the last degree. 29 degree Aries moon, 29 degree Libra sun. I will not absolutely, call the sun in Libra detriment or fallen, because the sun cannot, I feel always very uncomfortable when we say about the sun fallen or detriment. Really, I don't, cannot imagine the sun to be fallen or detriment. So this I will not mention. Just we will give attention on what the 29th degree of the sun in Libra means and what the 29th degree of the moon in Aries mean. Now, first of all, what can we think when we see last degree? I tell you, in the horary astrology, what is, for those of you who are not very familiar with this, horary astrology is traditional techniques, traditional astrology, field of astrology, if we can say so, which is dealing with horoscope of the question. And this is amazing. It works like magic, to tell you honestly. Maybe I will make videos to show you how horary astrology works. This is one of my favorite fields. I use it every day for just simple ones like where is my key, for example. So anyway, so when in the horary astrology, for example, we see last degree of ascendant of the rising sign or last degree, we always think of something which is already done or is finished or is finalizing, or this is end of something, so that new beginning comes. And this is what makes me think this full moon, last degree Aries, last degree Libra, finalizing something, closing chapter to open another. What chapter, what closing, what opening? Let's see. First of all, the sun is in the 29 degree of Libra. This is the last term. We divide the signs in sections which we call terms. This is the very last term of Libra, which is ruled by Mars. Not very benevolent term. Ruled by Mars. Please note, it is ruled by Mars. That's why, how the ancients describe this term. If, for example, you have this term on your rising sign, on your ascendant degree, the ancients say these people will be leading the army. They will be participating in battles, in wars. They will be like the Scorpio. They will have their the peak of the poisonous peak of the Scorpion, there will be poison in the other. So basically these are degrees with scorpionic martial qualities. These are the degrees where the sun in Libra is in the degrees which are having such nature. Let me continue. Also there you have very interesting projections of constellations. So it is the ocean, and there are many constellations, but the one which is exactly in this last degrees, the ocean and the ship of Acheron. This is the world of the dead, and this ocean is dividing the world of the dead from the world of the living. So these are degrees which are also dividing. You see, like we are closing one chapter truly to open another, and it is indeed battle, war, and division. It is very interesting. We'll come back to this. Let's see now the degree of the moon in Aries, 29 degree, the moon in Aries. There are two ideas about this degree. First one, these are degrees where you have projection on the Pleiades, the seven sisters, or we call them in my culture the seven hens with the chickens. The hen with the seven hen with the chickens. Also, these are the back parts of Aries, of the ram. They are malefic. These are not considered, excuse me, my microphone fell. These are degrees which are considered not to be benevolent. So we have a portal opened, will open tomorrow with what? With degrees of division, ending of something. Division of what? I think this moon is so important that in the next 15 days we will be seeing even more the division, dividing between the people, first of all. Secondly, we're closing one chapter and we're entering, I know this will sound very extreme, maybe a new world, because this is degree not to underestimate. This is where we have the ocean and the ship, and there is also a boatman who is transporting the souls of the dead, by the way, on this particular placement. So, so something is leaving the world, another thing is entering, and Libra in general is also where you have the constellation of the Northern Crown. It is the king, it is the crown. Yes, we know the most important presidential seats are being changed, and this is what is happening in the States. This is also important, and after this the world will not be the same. Doesn't matter what will happen. And also remember, I told you these are degrees of war, battles, because if you have them on the ascendant, you are a soldier and you participate in battle. So that's why this full moon is important. And then also the moon is in Aries. Aries, only solely Aries, without looking at any degree. Aries is the warrior. Aries is, Aries is the head. This is the first sign of the zodiac, which is ruling the head. And we'll live in Aries to start something different. It's like new era, new mini epoch, something like that. And I think it will be, we will be knowing we will be having the topic again of war. The war may change and go into different dimension. Let me tell you why. Because the dispositor of the moon is Mars. The moon is in Aries. Mars is in Cancer. We spoke already about this, how unpredictable, surprising Mars in Cancer can be. So I believe with this degree we will see suddenly totally different speeches about the war. I don't say that the war will end. The war cannot end. I told you it was in May when Mars appeared for the first time in Sidereal Pisces. This is not the end of the war, and also now this is not end of the war, but this is, you will see the war treated, the topic of the war, because this is a theater they are projecting to us. So the topic of the war will have different, they will change the decorations, they will change the scene. Of course, so sad for the people who are the victims of their agenda, but this is agenda. So the agenda will change. You will see it will be gradually changing as of the next 15 days and so. So this is another very important thing, and also you will see soon, and I made separate video on this, when Mars turns retrograde. This is also, he will be transiting, traveling through Cancer all the time. Briefly he will enter Gemini, but he will be too long in Cancer to change totally the war theater scenario. So this is emphasized, and this particular degree of the moon is saying now we're closing one door, another door will be open, and you will see their agenda seen, played out differently. Of course, what I find beautiful here, of course, is Libra, because in Libra you have beautiful degrees of talents, people who are very talented. And why not also now, because the sun in Libra, the dispositor of the sun is Venus. Venus is in Sagittarius, very lofty, very beautiful, sextiling Saturn. So this is the good thing from this full moon. Venus can bring lofty, ideals, people who dare, people who come up with new pure philosophies maybe, and so I see the degree of the sun not so bad, but both degree of the moon and of the sun show closure of one page to open another. And when this is happening, the next sign that we're looking at is Taurus, Scorpio, very serious axis, where we have royal stars, where you have beauty, where you have also talents, and when you have sacred knowledge, and when you have healing, and so it could be that we are healing to be also the world, because when the sun finishes his row in Libra, his next place is Scorpio, and the moon is entering Taurus. So you see, I think the things are not so bad, but we will be seeing quite different scenario in the theater they are playing, especially with the wars. This is one thing, and secondly, the beauty of this full moon is that this is a bit like a joke, but that the next full moon in Taurus, Scorpio, is the full moon where the moon will be exalted, and we can have beautiful rituals for abundance and beauty and joy, and so anyway, this remains important portal, which is actually, it could be portal for to get the muse for your talented work, for your design work, to have your courage also, meditate, see what this full moon will bring to you. I know for some people the full moons in general are heavy, other people like it. I tell you, I like the full moons. I think they have potentials and can be very helpful, especially in this case. I am telling you to enhance your courage, to work on your relationship, because Libra is still Venus, Mars is still Mars, to improve relationship with somebody, muse for your artwork, and so Of course, just to remind to you, after the full moon day, which is tomorrow 15th, the moon will be waning. So on the waning moon we can have more dates for surgeries, but we absolutely cannot have new beginnings, because the waning moon doesn't have the power and the potentials for something new. So this was just to give you idea, and also to tell you not to forget maybe to use the next full moon for good things, to meditate, see what the next full moon will bring to you, and watch and see what the world will show us. All the best, ladies and gentlemen.